San Diego, you know, a good amount of time now, less than a year still, but it's been over 6 months. I thought I'd put together a little compilation of my favorite photo spots, and I'm only going to be talking about places that I have been to. You know, after a few months there might be some new places that I go to that I think would be great, and then maybe we'll make an updated video. But for now, this is going to be 20 spots that I think are the best spots to take photos in San Diego. Whether you're like planning a trip here or you're a photographer, some of them are going to be more basic ones and then some of them are going to be more specific ones, but they're all great, and I will be showing you examples of pictures I got there. Number one, I gotta give a shout out to Pacific Beach, PB as we call it here. Pacific Beach is just so great for sunset pictures. The beach is beautiful. There's always these majestic sunsets, and on top of that there is like kind of a boardwalk type thing with a bunch of really pretty beach houses and like bars and colorful restaurants, surfboard stuff. So it's just great if you really want like a cute beach pic or a scenic beach pic. There's like surfers in the background sometimes. Pacific Beach is also pretty big, so there's like a huge expanse of land that you can work with. I definitely think the best time to go is sunset. I swear every sunset is different. Every time I see it, it's always different. Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's orange. Number two is Ocean Beach, but specifically at night because it has a really cool like backdrop of, I don't even know what it is to be honest, but it's some sort of city skyline, residential lights in the background. And I went there once at night, randomly decided to take some pictures. If you have night mode on your iPhone, it looks especially cool. The clouds were looking real cool. The city lights up more. It's almost like a haunted, more grungy, hipster aesthetic. And not just the beach, but like kind of along the row of restaurants that lead up to the beach, there are a lot of cool spots. This restaurant Hoda has really good burgers, and you could get a cool food pic there because they have a nice backdrop with some surfboards. I mean, sunset's also great in OB because there's like this line of palm trees on the street that is looking real aesthetic with the sunset backdrop. Number three is Sunset Cliffs. Sunset Cliffs is again great for sunsets. I mean, it's literally called Sunset Cliff, but it's also cool because you're like kind of elevated, and if you look down you can see some tide pools, you can see some rock formations. It's giving more like Hawaii. I think there's a lot you can work with here because during the daytime it has a like really cool view of a lot of houses that are lining the cliffside, you know, like they're really bougie houses, so you can kind of like walk over on the little turf. I think it would actually be cute to also, instead of having like the water and the nature in the background, turn around and have some of like the houses in the background a little blurred out. Like I think that would be also really cool. It's more of like a neighborhood picture. Number four is Coronado Island. I went here around Christmas time, so it was all lit up. I think there might still be some sort of lights during like year round. The building just looks like a freaking palace. I kind of felt like I was at Disney World. When I walked in, it was kind of like a ski lodge. I just felt like I was on some cozy vacation with my family as a kid. It like brought me right back. I think it's really famous for a reddish brown like rooftop dome thing. I feel like there's always like some sort of event happening there. Over Christmas time they had an ice rink set up. There are a lot of picnic tables alongside the beach. You can post up at the picnic table or even like sit on the picnic table, get some cool beach pics. Number five is Annie's Canyon. I did not know this existed in San Diego until I went there the other day, and I was like, I feel like I'm in Arizona. It's very naturey. It's a lot of, you know, like in Arizona, Antelope Canyon. It reminds me of that, but the colors aren't as orange. It's more like a yellow tan color. It is super majestic from certain angles. You're like, oh my god, I'm so athletic. I'm hiking. It's really not that hard of a hike, but you know, the aesthetic is there. After you finish that canyon hike, there's also kind of like a naturey reserve area where there's like a lot of cool wildlife that you can photograph. I saw some sort of cool bird there. It was like some sort of a crane, I don't know, pelican thing. Number six, and these two locations are both in North Park neighborhood in San Diego. The first place is Verbatim Books. Verbatim Books is so cool. It's like an old vintage bookstore. My favorite part is that there's this whole wall full of books. It's giving You, like the show You on Netflix. It's giving She Loves to Read, She's Smart. It's giving Beauty and the Beast, Belle vibes. And then Pigment is a store that's right nearby. If I were to like sum up influencers and LA in one shop, it would be Pigment. Every section has its own theme. It's very put together. You go in there, you feel inspired to like make over your entire room. You feel inspired desire to buy everything, but it's kind of expensive. There's like a succulent wall. Any theme for a very artsy room that you could imagine is in there. Number 7, this is more of a city skyline aesthetic, and it is Nolan in downtown. I think it's Gaslamp. It's like a rooftop bar. It has a really cool view of the city. I'm just out for a drink, casual with my girlfriends for the night. I feel like Nolan would be a cool spot. You can also have a view of Petco Park. You can actually see the screen and like see the game through there too, so I think that's pretty cool. And then even just within the bar itself, there's a cool fire pit, cute drinks that you can get pictures of. Number 8 is La Jolla Cove. 2 of my favorite parts. First one is like when you enter, it's just like 2 rows of palm trees. One row is higher, one row is shorter, but it's just so majestic. The first time I saw it, I was like, is this real life? And then I would recommend going kayaking in the Cove. You can get some really eye-popping pictures on the water in your kayak. When I went, it was kind of foggy, which looked really cool. It was more mysterious. It kind of looked like I was not in California. It could have been like Iceland or something. There's also a lot of sea creatures in the water that you can photograph. Like we saw some sharks. There were a lot of fish. You can also go snorkeling there, do some cool swimming shots. Number 9, so specifically the restaurant Sea Level and Tom Ham's Lighthouse, they're right next to each other in the same complex area. On the outside, like around the restaurants, there is this really cool viewpoint that has this arch, and I know that people have weddings here. There are a lot of cool receptions that go on there because there's a super nice backdrop of the whole city skyline, very eye-catching. In the restaurant itself, Sea Level was very jungly. There were a lot of plants. It was very green, but then you also get the city in the background kind of through the glass windows, and then you could actually exit the restaurant, go to the back, and there was a whole section where you could get pictures with the city skyline. Same with Tom Ham's, pretty much all glass around city views, and it's beautiful. Number 10 is the Bay, not to be confused with Mission Beach. Like, I was very confused about all this when I first moved here, but the Bay is in PB around Crown Point. If you really want peaceful pictures, peaceful pictures. Pink sunset, cotton candy skies, calm waters, ducks floating on the water, beach houses surrounding. A lot of people love walking their dogs in this area, so it's very dog friendly, very kid friendly. At nighttime, everything lights up and it's very cool. Number 11 is Balboa Park. I'm sure y'all have heard of Balboa Park if you know about San Diego. People always go here for photo shoots. This is probably one of the biggest photo shoot spots in the city. Graduation photos, wedding photos. There's so many designated areas that have different themes that are great for photo shoots. So there's one kind of in front of like a watery area with the botanical garden in the back, a classic, and then there is a rose garden with a bunch of different colored roses for more of a flowery background. There are also kind of Spanish style influences with the buildings, with the fountains, with the art. You don't even have to go to the designated areas, just find whatever speaks to you there and something will speak to you. And there's like a cool amphitheater too, which I think would be great for grad photos. Number 12, this one's kind of weird. If you're really into rollerblading, roller skating, or playing tennis, the Mission Bay High School tennis courts are very aesthetic during the sunset. I went with my friends, we went roller skating there. When the sunset came in, there's like palm trees in the background. So you have like the orange sky, the palm tree, and then you have the blue tennis court and your like colorful skates. I'm pretty sure you can just walk in. That's what we did. Number 13 is Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines is a very popular hiking destination. There are so many trails. Like every time I go, I don't even know what trail to go on because there's so many options. The whole thing is pretty scenic. It's very elevated. There are these really cool wrinkled rock formations, a lot of rock formations, okay? They're all different colors. Number 14 is Breakfast and Bubbles. This is a brunch spot. They just set it up really nicely. It's very colorful. It's very pink, vibrant, little backdrops. Like they made it so that you could take pictures there. They know. They wanted to be known for being like the cute spot. They have this really cool dessert platter that's also very photographable. It's like a 3-tier dessert platter. Number 15 is Petco Park. If you're going for a more sporty vibe, you're wearing like a jersey, looking more sporty, the little baseball cap. I've been there one time. I want to go back because it's actually very breathtaking when you walk into the stadium. A lot of viewpoints kind of going up on the ramp when you go up the stairs to the seats. Number 16 is in La Jolla. It is La Valencia Hotel. You do not have to be a guest there to walk into the lobby area. I love the color of the hotel. It's kind of like an orange sorbet pink color. We did eat there once. The whole seating area was, I felt like I was on vacation. You could see the boats, you could see the water. It was very, very pretty. Number 17, this is a speakeasy in the UTC mall called Raised by Wolves. Literally, when you walk in, you're like transported into a different time. The bar is the coolest part that I would photograph. It's in the center. It's kind of circular. It almost looks like it would spin around like a carousel. All of the drinks are displayed and it's very shiny. Their drinks are also decadent. It would be a great spot to dress up really nice and get a picture with your drink. Number 18 is a boat ride around the bay. It's just really cool because you get a whole view of the entire cityscape, but then also the boats, especially during the sunset time. Like, come on. Although if you get seasick, I wouldn't recommend this one as much. Number 19 is Mission Beach / Belmont Park. So Belmont Park is within Mission Beach area. It's straight up like a amusement park. There's so many games. Everything's lit up. There's like a carousel, mini roller coaster. It's just really cool for those carnival type pictures with a colorful flashy background and you're like holding your ice cream or something like that. It's like Disney without actually going to Disney. Right around Belmont Park, you know, you got all the beach. If you wanted more beach pictures, as if you haven't had enough at the other locations. There's like a section with so many volleyball courts that I think is really cool, and the beach houses just hit different in Mission Beach. They're built different down there. And then last, honestly, just any street that you're on during the sunset. I call this one the sunset street pics. Literally, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as the sun is setting, you can get a cool picture. I've done this many times. I'll be walking and I'm like, whoa, snap a pic. You know? San Diego is just so picturesque in general that you don't even have to go to any of these destinations to get a cool picture. Keep your eyes open. There's always cool things around you. Okay guys, so those are my 20 top spots as of now. This might change in the future. If I missed anything, or if you have other spots that you'd like to share, please comment them down below so you can help out other people and you can help me out. I can go check them out as well. But remember guys, it's not all about the photo. It's mostly about the experience. So make sure that you're not just like on your phone the entire time taking pictures at these spots. Actually take a moment to enjoy the view with your eyes. Views hit different when you're looking at them versus through a lens. It's just never the same. That's all I gotta say, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.